Hi guys, I'm Retro Critic here, and today we'll be talking about Star Wars again. We'll be talking about another Star Wars video. So now I'll be talking about my recent thoughts on the new Star Wars movies, on how Disney treats Star Wars, and why Disney's just full of shit, and my thoughts on the fandom as a whole. So without further ado, let's get started. So now I'll be talking about my recent thoughts on the Star Wars fandom. So really, to me, Star Wars is a good series of movies and games. The Star Wars fandom is a mess, but there are some good, fans out there. Some fans are just toxic, and trust me, there's some toxic fans out there. Some are really good and pretty good fans, out there. And there's pretty good fans out there, and many are awesome fans of the franchise. When it comes to the Star Wars franchise as a whole and the knowledge they have, but there are awful fans of the fandom out there. Many fans are just plain terrible people. Overall, the Star Wars fandom is a mess. Even hating on Disney is also fandom is somewhat improving. I think the conversation should get better, and I hope everybody gets united. That's why I think the state of Star Wars as a whole, in my view, I would put the fandom into 8 different categories. And there are many different types of Star Wars fans. And there are all kinds of people out there in the fandom. Star Wars has at best 4 good fans. Star Wars at best has 4 good ones, and there are some bad toxic fans that I would put into 4 groups. And also there are bad kinds of fans that are toxic. These fans come in many different shapes. There are the fans that are nice and enjoyable, and they know what they're talking about, and they have knowledge of the lore. Since some are egotistical, and they don't know about the series, and they share their ego and their narcissism in the series as a whole. The first group I want to get into is the casual fanboys. The fanboys are people who just like the OT, the original trilogy. And the casual fans are the ones that watch the movies. And if you watch the movies and the TV shows, and you're not a casual fan if you don't do that, okay. More of a more in-depth and a more straightforward fan. And if you read more material, and read more novels and comics, and that does read more Star Wars-related material, and if you read Star Wars novels and comics, I'll go on and so forth about that for now. Now, there are the prequel kinds of fans. Those prequel fans are more respectful and honest. And it's kind of respect and honesty I like. I think they're more improved and better fans. I mean, I've seen some sincere and kind fans out. We'll give the prequels a new look and a new perspective. And also, I think they give kind of a unique voice, in the Star Wars fandom. That's what I think about those kinds of Star Wars fans. And then there is the Disney shill fans. Now, these fans to me are just Disney shill. And they accept everything Disney, and they're fine with anything Disney because it's Star Wars. These are the kinds of fans that I don't like because they're just shills. They're just known for always shilling for Disney. And everything Disney is okay, cool. My problem is that they go outside of the realm. My problem is that they don't go outside of the realms of Disney. In other words, they don't try other things besides Disney. When they do try other things, they don't know about the lore. They don't know about the lore very well, and sometimes they do other things, try other things and that's just because they're not experts in everything, and that's okay. Is that they're kind of aggressive about it. They don't always see eye to eye, even with other people, but whatever, that's just them. It seems like they're getting along with, and that's at least a good start. And I'm like, that's a good start. But they're always not that perfect. And a few things about Star Wars, but whatever. As some other Star Wars fans, they don't know everything on the Star Wars lore. They prove to at least understanding Star Wars. Get better at having some knowledge of Star Wars. But overall, they're not the best kind of Star Wars fans, but nor are they the worst kinds of Star Wars fans. But nor is it the worst kinds of Star Wars fans out there. That's my thoughts on the Disney Star Wars fans. Those are my thoughts on that Star Wars fan. So now on to the next Star Wars fans that I'm going to talk about are so horrendous, so terrible. And what I'm going to talk about, that I have to save them for last. Now there is the Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace is a menace of itself. Phantom Menace is the stupidest people I've ever seen in my life. I truly mean that. These are the most stupidest motherfuckers I've ever seen. And I truly mean that. These are the most stupidest motherfuckers I ever seen in my life. The Phantom Menace does not support the fandom. What it does, it hurts the fandom, and it's toxic. And trust me, the Phantom Menace is always known to be toxic. The Phantom Menace was there to originally promote why The Last Jedi was bad. A lot of problems of why The Last Jedi is bad, and that's true. And why it sucks, but trust me, I didn't like The Last Jedi either. In fact, to me, The Last Jedi has to be the worst Star Wars movie ever made. These people originally started this hatred a long time ago. And trust me, they have become so focused on the feminism of the movie. And in fact, the feminism is a problem, yes. And what the fandom has done is focus on the SJW aspects of the movie. That's true, I think there is some of that in the movie. And look, they've become so focused on the SJW part of the movie that they think everything is SJW and SJW that. What's funny is they've become the thing they hate. They have become right-wing SJWs themselves. They have become right-wing reactionaries. Actually based on the backlash. They didn't like the identity politics, such liberal directors of those movies. I found out, almost nothing of the Star Wars lore. And they know a few of the Star Wars material, but still, and they're just a joke. And they're laughably bad and they're stupid. And like, they're this stupid, and they're just a waste of time. They're just a waste of time, and everything else. And I would now go on. Now, well, I guess the Phantom Menace is just a menace. They hate everything Disney, and they will not accept anything from Disney. They're like not even open to Disney, and they don't respect it. Yes, it looks like they are now respecting some Disney fans. It seems like they are getting along with a few other Disney fans. That's about it. I'm like, that's fine, it sounds like decent news, but still, these people are kind of idiots, moronic on many occasions, and they're not great, and they're not even good. I wouldn't even trust them at all. These Star Wars fans are the worst. They're so terrible. They're so idiotic. I just can't stand them. They have to be the worst Star Wars fan group I've ever seen. The worst Star Wars fan group of idiots. And they're kind of idiots. They basically made a mess of the fandom. This Star Wars fan group has to be ignorant on many occasions. This Star Wars fan group has to be ignorant on many things. And they're just going nowhere. Movement is directionless. They're garbage. And they basically ruined the whole entire Star Wars fandom. And they're just right-wing SJWs, and they're just right-wing reactionaries. That's my thoughts on those guys. And that's definitely all I have to say on those people. Now, there is the Great Order. Now, the Great Order that was created to just unite the fandom and be neutral. They're just a brand new fandom. As others expose them, I know about them. They expose them to be fraud. They expose them to be frauds. They're just tools for the Phantom Menace. The Great Order movement had now become. So all I have to say about them, the Great Order, is just that I think they're a waste of time. I think they're just garbage. And the reason why nobody likes them is because the Phantom Menace has got cozy with the Great Order, and they associate themselves with. I like how the Great Order to unite Star Wars, bring Star Wars fans together in their neutral. Well, to tell you the truth, opposite. I like people who are honest and stick to their guns, but like as people who are honest, they're the opposite of honesty. And they're not even honest at all. They are just a bunch of liars and crooks, and thanks to other great fans. I'm glad many good Star Wars fans exposed the Great Order. Many good Star Wars fans exposed the Great Order. I think the Great Order are a bunch of pieces of shit. The Great Council is a shitty person, thinks to be. And I think the Great Council are a bunch of pieces of shit. And that's all I have to say about those people. All I have to say there about those. My thoughts on those guys. There's also the Phantom Alliance. Now, I don't have a lot to say about these guys. They originally be against the Phantom Menace. But now they just got too friendly. Now they got too friendly with the Phantom Menace. So, for a bunch of people who want to fight, let's not associate themselves with the Phantom Menace too. Let's not associate them with the War Council. And the War Council isn't that bad when you watch it. And it's quite enjoyable to watch. And they are entertaining to watch when you think. And they're really not that bad. Well, they're not terrible. All in all, I actually do like the Phantom Alliance. And I do appreciate what they have to offer. And I always do think they're entertaining to watch. Very nice, and I think they're good people. And I can tell that they're pretty good people. I can tell that they're... But still, I do like them. I do appreciate them. And I think there's not a lot of talk. And that's about it for me. And there's not any more I have to say. That's about it for me. Oh, I think about that. And overall, they're not the best, nor are they the worst. And that pretty much sums up what I really think about them. And that's all I have to say. All in all, those are the Star Wars fandom. And there's plenty of different types of Star Wars fandoms out there. Some had agendas, some did not. And some were just genuine people who were looking for the right thing to do and just tell it like it is. Maybe these Star Wars fandoms tell the truth. And I think some of them have their agendas, and some don't have that. And I think some of them are genuine. There are many different types of Star Wars, and they do care about the fandom and Star Wars as a whole. Different kinds of fans out there in general. And there are many different types of Star Wars fans. And I think there are good Star Wars fandoms out there, and they have great approaches to the Star Wars fandom and Star Wars as a whole. Star Wars is a great series, and there's a lot to explore. And in my view, I feel like the Phantom Menace, Clash, and I think it was a base 9. I have problems with the identity problems. I mean, they're not real sequels. Star Wars has the most unique storylines. That character, like this character and that character. It has the greatest stories I've ever seen. The Phantom Menace has the backlash of the last Jedi. Has risen over the backlash of the Last Jedi. I think it's just really because, like, the movie's bad because it has, like, these out of touch. There's a lot of identity politics that I think are ridiculous. That's what I feel like. Star Wars has great stories and very interesting storylines. It has unique characters. And there are so many characters to explore in Star Wars in general. I mean, there's like Cal Katarn, Dash Rendar, Battlefront, the Thrawn trilogy, Darth Bane, the Old Republic era, the Dawn of the Jedi, Dark Empire, the Shadow of the Empire comics, Dark Empire. I'll go on and on. Great Star Wars stories. On that Dave Filoni shit. This story, Dooku, Maul, anybody. Star Wars has a great continuation. This continuation is so good. I highly recommend it. And there's so many good things I can say. And there's so many good things I can say. It is very enjoyable again. And this franchise is very enjoyable. It's very entertaining. It's very entertaining to get drawn into. And this franchise is a fascinating series. And Star Wars is the best. I mean, so many great options to explore. What go on? It has so much to choose from. There are a lot of interesting things. There are a lot of interesting things to like in this series. Overall, that's my thoughts on Star Wars. That's what I think about the Star Wars franchise overall as a whole. I prefer like the Old New Republic era, the new Jedi Order series era. I recommend the Dawn of the Jedi era. Revan and Darth Bane, Tales of Expanse and Grievous, Dooku, Expanse of Maul, Palpatine, this guy. There's the micro series. And I do recommend era, and I also recommend the new Jedi Order series, and I recommend that. And I do think you should go check out. If you like the micro series, there's Clone Wars, and I do kind of think I recommend, and there's a lot of interesting things to check out from, like Cal Katarn and Dash Rendar, like Cal Katarn or Dash Rendar, or Tales of the Jedi comics, and Han Solo, Chewbacca, Ben, Chewbacca, Jaina, Skywalker, Han Solo, Anakin Skywalker, Ben Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, Ben Kenobi. There's Luke Skywalker, Ben Kenobi, and there's Luke Skywalker. There's Anakin, Tales of the Jedi comics, and the New Dawn era, and Clone Wars, and there's the Shadows of the Empire novels and comics, and there's Dark Empire comics, and there's the Shadow of the Empire novels and comics, and there's the Dark Empire, and there's the Star Wars Battlefront games 1 and 2. Star Wars Bounty Hunter, I'm gone. Star Wars Bounty Hunter, Star Wars, the Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, which I like. Star Wars, Tales of Jedi, the New Dawn, the Tales of Jedi comics, the New Dawn era comics, Dave Filoni Clone Wars, Tarkovsky's Clone Wars, and then there's the Dave Filoni, there's Tales of Jedi comics, and then there's Dawn of the Jedi comics, Tales of the Jedi comics, and then Call of Katarn, and there's Bounty Hunters 1 and 2, and Battlefront 1 and 2, there's Call of Katarn, Gash Rendar, and there's Anakin, so there's Bounty Hunters 1 and 2, then those are the video games, then there's Battlefront 1 and 2, which is my favorite Star Wars games, Dark Forces and X-Wing, there's Call of Katarn, or Gash Rendar, Dark Forces, Rogue One Squadron, Chewbacca comics, Star Wars Forces, Star Wars X-Wing, Rogue Squadron. So those are my thoughts on Star Wars, and what's going on in Star Wars, and what's going on in Star Wars lately, and what's been going on, and how Star Wars is doing. That's what I think about Star Wars right now, and how Star Wars has been. That's what I think about Star Wars. Thoughts on Star Wars being successful. Guys, I'm Retro Critic, and I'm out. I'll see you guys later. Guys, next time, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, and have a good one. Take care. Peace out.